My name is Steve Craddy. I own Plant City Bonsai. It has been a great buying year. It's been a great producing year. I have so many cool things to show you. We're actually going to start in the hothouse, and it's warm there, and it's very cold out here while shooting this today. But we'll start there and then move on to other rooms. This is what we call the hothouse, and it's very pleasurable this year because of something we did. We found a heater that is specifically for keeping plants alive, and it's the best thing we've ever done. As you see, the room is full of gorgeous bonsai. Okay. For the first time in many, many years, I finally located the right heating system for this greenhouse. It's hard to heat a greenhouse, and it's always been a real negative. And so this year, you can hear it in the background. It'll stop in just about 10 seconds. The new heating system has allowed us to have confidence to have wonderful specimen indoor bonsai again, and the heater gets all the credit. It actually, as it pushes the heat through the tubes, it distributes the air instead of blowing heavily on it with warm or hot air. So nothing gets shocked, and we're just enjoying that very much. I keep referring to my new heater system, which is enabling us to carry some much more exotic, very dramatic bonsai for indoors. I mean, that's a monster. Beautiful. I started this business a long time ago, and I became very interested in Sarissa, which is tropical, and they give us ideal conditions for bonsai. The foliage is small, it blooms white blooms, and like this group here has a crazy exposed root system. And I have several of these, and they're beautiful.
Let me get shots of this and this.
To carry tropicals, if you have just standard size tropicals, there's a few varieties that are doable. But I've always wanted to carry a character style tree. In other words, one that's much older and much more dramatic, and this year we're doing it. A character ficus tree. Quite a few years of growth. I'm just pleased to have this quality group again. It's awesome. I want to show some examples of some of the character ficus trees. These are just, they're a dream come true. Great movement. They're not done in a cookie cutter twist. They just have just the right amount of movement. The branches are in the right place. It's awesome. It's been a great year for discovering trees like the Fujian tea. It's very difficult for me to locate these typically, and this one's a dream come true. We have several of these. It's in the character grouping, so you're dealing with a tree that's fairly old. Now that we have visited the hothouse, which is full of cool trees, our next destination is the glass house, which is just so full of awesome trees this season. I just can't wait to show them to you. Welcome to day 2 of our holiday video. Today we'll be shooting in the glass house where it's nice, warm, and cozy. Let's look at trees. I'll try to carry all sizes of trees and all price ranges. I want people who to be able to afford some type of bonsai tree, and we have several ways of doing that. We have the trees that are already done, and we have another room that has the raw material trees, where you can choose your tree and create your own bonsai, and it's much more economical and fun. So anyway, these are mainly Japanese junipers, or Procumens nana is the botanical term. But we're going to go down this row and see some really exciting older trees. Here's a beautiful conifer that is it's nearly a formal upright, which is very popular in bonsai always. Here we're going to start a row of my favorite trees, and they come from Gary Ishii. Father Mas Ishii grew the trees, and some of these trees are 50 years old. And I can't explain why these trees live. We get them in, we get them into the best soil possible, and they just don't give us trouble past that. So this is one right here. This is an oldie. This would be a 40-year-old tree, and super cool. This is an exciting season for us. We have more of a variety of different types of cool trees, and I'm just so excited for this season. It's wonderful to be able to show so many nice variations. Here, I just purchased a collection of trees, and this is kind of what we do here. This tree looks like it's really on its last leg, but it's actually a very super cool tree. It's got the beautiful roots. It's an old tree, and it's waiting for a redesign, and I'm going to enjoy this. It's going to be converted from a windswept to a cascade, and meaning this all goes away. The only thing we keep on this tree is this one area here, and it will be very cool. Continuing the row of Ishii trees, the ones produced by Mas Ishii and Gary Ishii. This is a great example of an old in appearance tree, and it is old. And when I purchased these, I treasure all the dead wood, the shari artwork on the trees. So I treasure that, and I preserve it. In California, the dead wood stays preserved just because of their arid climate. Here we have to do things to help it last. And so that's a whole other thing that I would talk to anybody about when they get one of these trees. Here, this one has a very interesting slant. I'd say this tree here is every bit of 30 years. This tree here is probably equal to that, different size trunk. But instead of just being a really open tree, it's just a beautiful tight canopy. Another canopy tree that is, they're all just cool in their own way. This one has a little shari work and a killer twist, unbelievable twist. This twist was made when this trunk was probably more the size of, well, if you can see it, this little piece here, because that's as big as you can bend a twist that like this tree has. Another one, beauty. Some of these trees a lot of these trees are very, very simple in design, but you treasure everything about the trees. This is what I call a boxwood corner, at least this season. I always like to carry the Kingsville boxwood. There are other varieties of boxwoods, but you just can't beat the Kingsvilles. They have a consistent small leaf, and it's the most called for, most sought after boxwood of, I guess, any of the ones that we use for bonsai. So I have some great examples of smalls, and some we even save some in a pre-bonsai form, so people could, tackle the fun of potting them, choosing a pot, and all that. So anyway, they start here. These are all examples of some fairly old. These are mainly 30 plus years old, and they're just so dramatic. You can see the years that they've gone through already. I want to mention this particular Kingsville boxwood here. It's an old tree, and it has this unique feature. The branches do a kind of a zigzag growth pattern uniformly with all the clusters of limbs that it has. So it just makes it much more unique, and it has consistently tiny foliage. This is a real prize. The next group of trees I would like to speak about is another boxwood, and this is called Harlandi. It's a native of Taiwan, and for probably close to 20 years now, I've been enjoying this as one of the best trees to cultivate. You can repot the tree any time of the year, which is great if you're in my business of teaching classes. So anyway, this is an example of one of the older ones. As soon as I get them to this size, somebody buys them. But I do have this one to show you. This has an excellent nabari. And the thing about the Harlandis, even when they're, 1 year old, they start giving you a rough bark. And I think that to me, that's the most intriguing part of it. But it's actually the tree that has all the parts for bonsai that you want. Small foliage, they give us a beautiful nabari, and the branching, they branch very well. And these blooms, here's another one I wanted to show. Same plant. This has been out in the winter weather more. These little white buds turn into yellow blooms, and in Georgia, we start enjoying those about the end of February. And just greatest addition I've had in many, many decades. I really enjoy this planting here. It was actually, I purchased it from my good friend Jim Banal in North Carolina. And it's like he created like a father-son, mother-daughter tree out of this. And it's a dynamic tree. And he chose the perfect pot for it. It's a great combination. And I treasure that. And I love the way this form of elm, most elms, when they get older, do some peeling of the bark. And this has a beautiful bark peel. This is another Jim Banal tree that I treasure. It's a twin trunk Hinoki cypress. There's just something about this tree that I love it. And if you're a purist bonsai person, you would disqualify this tree for being a twin trunk, because the twin trunk must start at the base of the tree. But this one works beautifully and fights that rule. I love this tree. One of my favorite Hinokis I've had in years. This is a very special ball cypress. I love ball cypress. We love creating ball cypress forest. There was a time in my life where I could more readily get the single tree specimens, and this is one of them. I sold it for a number of years, and I've just recently gotten it back, purchased it back. Anyway, it's a ball cypress. It was collected by Mary Madison. Mary Madison was associated with the National Arboretum for a long time, and she was famous for collecting ball cypress. And she did it till she died. And anyway, this is a very special one. The balance of the twin trunk is just amazing, and just very unusual growth habit for this tree. It has been a year, literally, since we've done a video, plus it's been a very unusual year. So glad to be back with Sebastian creating this video for us, and it's been a great buying year, lots of extra good stuff, and so I'm thankful for everything that's going on, especially all my customers who support us all the time. It's like, I think I formed more friendships this past year than ever before. So I'm looking forward to 2026 just as much. And it's going to be a great year. I already have lots of plans. Thank you.